Did you know that the average motorcycle owner spends over $100 a month on maintenance and repairs? And here's the kicker, a huge chunk of that cost is completely unnecessary. But today, we're breaking the cycle. We're exposing 10 motorcycle maintenance tips that mechanics don't want you to know. Tricks that save you money, extend your bike's life, and keeps you from getting ripped off at the shop. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at motorcycle maintenance the same way again. Let's get into it. Number 1. Ditch the overpriced chain loops. One of the easiest ways to save money on motorcycle maintenance is skipping those fancy, high markup chain loops that shops love to sell. Walk into any motorcycle store and they'll try to convince you that their premium aerosol chain lube is a must-have. But what they don't tell you is that you don't actually need it. Many seasoned riders, including professionals, use simple gear oil or high-quality synthetic motor oil, and it works just as well, if not better than the overpriced stuff. The real secret to a long-lasting chain isn't the brand of lube, it's how consistently you apply it. Regular lubrication prevents excessive wear, rust, and performance issues. A small bottle of gear oil costs a fraction of what branded motorcycle lubes do and keeps your chain just as protected. Some riders swear by 90W gear oil because it clings well and provides excellent protection. Number 2. Your brake fluid doesn't need changing as often as they say. Ever noticed how some motorcycle shops try and sell you a brake fluid flush every single year? They make it sound like it's a critical maintenance task, warning you about spongy brakes, water contamination, and performance loss. But here's the truth, they're just trying to take your money. Yes, brake fluid absorbs moisture over time, and if it becomes contaminated, it can affect braking performance. But unless you're riding in extreme conditions, racing, or constantly exposing your bike to humidity, you don't need to replace it as often as they claim. For most riders, a brake fluid change every 2 or 3 years is perfectly fine. So how do you know when it's time? It's simple. Just check the fluid yourself. Look at the brake reservoir. If the fluid is clear or light amber, you're good. If it's dark brown or has debris floating in it, then yes, it's time for a flush. Number 3. The battery dies every 2 years myth. Ever had a mechanic tell you that motorcycle batteries just die every 2 years and there's nothing you can do about it? That's a complete myth. This is one that shops love because it keeps you coming back to buy new batteries way more often than necessary. The truth is, a well-maintained battery can last 5 years or more. The problem isn't the battery itself, it's how it's maintained. Most motorcycle batteries die early because riders let them sit too long without charge. When a battery sits unused for months, especially in cold weather, it slowly drains. Once it's fully dead, it's hard to bring it back. The simple fix? Use a battery tender. A trickle charge or battery tender keeps your battery topped up when you're not riding, preventing deep discharges that shorten its lifespan. If you don't have one, at least start your bike regularly and take it for a short ride to keep the battery healthy. One more thing. Letting a battery completely drain just once can permanently damage it. Avoid it at all costs. Number 4. Stop paying for special motorcycle cleaning products. Have you ever noticed how bike shops push motorcycle-specific cleaners, polishes, and waxes at premium prices? Here's the truth. Most of these products are just repackaged automotive or household cleaners that are sold at double the cost. A good automotive wax works just as well in your tank as a motorcycle polish. Basic glass cleaner is perfect for windshields and mirrors. Regular degreasers clean your engine just fine. Your bike doesn't care what's on the label. Instead of paying extra for fancy branding, stick to proven, affordable cleaning supplies. You'll get the same results without wasting money. Number 5. A simple toothbrush can extend your chain's life. Shops love selling new chains and sprockets, but what they won't tell you is that most riders kill their chains too early, not from riding, but from neglect. Dirt and grime act like sandpaper, grinding away at your chain and wearing it out twice as fast if you don't clean it regularly. The best part? You don't need an expensive chain cleaning tool. Just grab an old toothbrush and some kerosene or chain cleaner, and give your chain a quick scrub once a month. This simple habit can prevent premature wear. It also keeps dirt building up and can easily double your chain's lifespan. A well-maintained chain can last 20,000 miles or more, but if you let it get filthy, you'll be paying for one way sooner than necessary. Number 6. Most fork seal leaks aren't real leaks. Fork seal replacements can be pricey, often costing hundreds of dollars in parts and labor. But here's what most mechanics won't tell you. Many so-called leaks aren't actually leaks at all. In many cases, it's just dirt trapped under the seal, making it look like your fork is leaking when it's really just clogged. Before you shell out for a full fork rebuild, try this simple trick. Take a seal mate tool, a thin plastic card, or even a feeler gauge, slide it under the seal, and gently run it around the fork tube. Most of the time, this will dislodge the dirt and stop the leak instantly. This quick $5 fix could save you from spending hundreds on unnecessary repairs. Try it before taking your bike to the shop. Number 7. Over-tightening your oil drain plug can cost you big. One of the most common and expensive mistakes riders make during an oil change is over-tightening the oil drain plug. Mechanics won't warn you about this because if you strip the threads or crack the oil pan, you'll have to pay them to fix it. Here's what you need to know. Your oil drain plug doesn't need to be cranked down with brute force. Some riders have even had to replace the entire oil pan because of this mistake, a repair that can cost hundreds of dollars. The right way to do it? Hand tighten the plug, then turn it just a little more, just enough to secure it. Even better, use a torque wrench and follow your bike's service manual for the correct specifications. Number 8. A few cents worth of anti-seize can save you from costly repairs. Ever struggled to remove a bolt, only to find it seized up, stripped, or snapped off entirely? If you've ever dealt with this, you know what a nightmare it can be. Sometimes, it even requires a mechanic to drill out the broken bolt. Here's a simple fix. A tiny dab of anti-seize compound can help. If you ride in wet or humid conditions, your bolts are even more likely to seize over time. A small application of anti-seize ensures that you can remove and retighten them whenever needed without the risk of snapping one off. A single tube costs under $10 and lasts for years. Shops won't tell you this because stuck bolts mean more business for them, but now you know better. Number 9. Your coolant flush is easier than they say. Have you ever been told that flushing your coolant is a complicated job? Mechanics often charge $100 or more for this service, making it sound like a tricky, time-consuming task. But here's the truth. It's one of the easiest DIY maintenance jobs you can do. Many shops also push unnecessary coolant changes. While some will claim you need a flush every year, most motorcycles only require fresh coolant every 2 years. The process itself is simple. First, drain the old coolant by removing the drain bolt or loosening the lower radiator hose. Second, flush the system by running distilled water through it to remove any leftover debris. Third, refill with fresh coolant. Make sure to use motorcycle-specific coolant, not car antifreeze, which can damage seals. And fourth, bleed out air bubbles by running the bike for a few minutes and checking the coolant level again. If you can turn a wrench, you can do this yourself in under an hour. Don't let a shop convince you otherwise. Number 10. Wheel bearings, the hidden danger most riders ignore. Most riders don't think about their wheel bearings until they fail. And when they do, it's not just an expensive repair, it's also a serious safety risk. Mechanics love when riders ignore this simple check because by the time you realize something wrong, you'll be paying for new bearings, labor, and possibly even wheel or axle damage. The good news? Checking your wheel bearings takes just 30 seconds and can save you hundreds of dollars. Here's how. First, lift the front wheel off the ground using a padlock stand or center stand. Then, spin the wheel and listen. If it spins smoothly and quietly, you're good. If you hear grinding, clicking, or resistance, your bearings are worn. After that, check for play by grabbing the wheel on both sides and trying to move it side to side. Any noticeable wobble means the bearings are loose or failing. Then, repeat for the rear wheel. If you catch bad bearings early, a new set costs next to nothing and is easy to replace. And with this, we come to the end of today's video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow riders. Ride safe, and see you in the next video.